Toastmaster members and honorable guests. As you know, we've been going through a lot of speeches, and I have to be adaptable to this. To the group, Owen, I saw him, his name is Owen in every position. I said, oh my God, Owen, come on. You need help, man. So yesterday I told him, let me take one of your speeches because you guys need help, and I was stepped up based on adaptability. So this is my speech I put on this morning. So if I'm missing something, you could always ask me a question. So our speech is purchasing your dream home. Some of you own homes, some of you don't own homes. Talking about inflation, I'm disappointed with President Trump. As you guys know, USA used to have a sesame in Arabic in back Middle East. So $40 million, I was not aware of it, that they spent $40 million in sesame in Arabic. You believe that? When I looked at it, I said, wow.
I don't understand what you're saying, Sesame, what?
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
They spend it
$40 million
on the
in
show?
Arabic show in the Middle East.
Oh.
When I looked at
Yeah.
some of the spending that US, Tommy was talking about it, I was shocked. So there's a lot of money spending out from the US out, and even they was helping, some of the Middle Eastern people over there for nothing. They were giving them money left and right, and I was shocked. So it is, Tommy, we're talking about inflation, it is important because at the end of the day, home buyer will be important. Why? Because the interest rate will go down. 4 years ago, people were buying homes, refinancing at 2.7%, and now we are at 6.5%. So us and Tommy will be in the real estate. This was the worst thing that happened to us in our business. Homeowner is very tax deductible, as you guys know, is financial stability. A lot of people like the financial stability, tax benefit. There is homeowner value will go up. When I started 35 years ago, I used to buy a house in Arcadia at $300,000. Today it's $3 million. The same house.
Rich man.
Yeah. So these equity and the value of owning a house is very important. So I want you guys, young, old, me old, Tommy. So owning a house is very important. So we're gonna talk about owning a house. The key is for anybody is gonna ask, how to buy my house? And that's what we're gonna talk about. There is 3 options. You could pay cash. Tommy could pay as much as he can, any house he wants, right, Tommy? That's the reason his shirt has Tommy on it.
Smoking gun.
The other option is seller financing. It's 1%. 1% of the 100 people will do cash. 1% seller financing. That means is you buy the house and the seller say, "Hey, don't go to the bank. I will give you the loan," and we could talk about it more depth. The other one, it's 98% of all the people that we deal with, they go through a regular bank, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. Bank financing. One of the 98% of all of you or all of us, we have to go buy a house. The 3 pillar of financing is very important, and you guys have to talk about it all the time. It's the credit, the down payment, and the income. Okay? Credit, we call it the FICO score. Do you know what that means, FICO score? Okay? Each one of you should know that. Now, it's so easy now that you could download the app on your phone and you could check your FICO score on a daily basis, on a weekly, monthly, and you check what's your FICO, because that's important when you buy a car, when you buy a house, when you get a credit card. As a young, some of us old, we keep track of our FICO score. Poor FICO score is 570, fair 680 to 690, good 670 to 739, very good is 740 to 799. Excellent, 800. Very hard to get that. Maybe Tommy has that, I think. But anything in between here, it's very good. You could get a house almost. Anybody will give you a loan from 680 and above. Average lender would like to have that FICO score to buy a house. So, and that's where we begin to talk about. The next one, the issue is the down payment. Everybody say, where's the cash? I need cash to put down on the house. And the money. FHA, they have a program, the federal government, and then the conventional loan, and then it's down payment 20%, some of the program, and there is 100% financing. 100% financing is a special program with the state of California offering that you have in the special area. They give you up to 100%. That means they call it down payment assistant. Typically, when you have to come up with the 3 to 5%, they will lend you the money and say, if you stay in the house for 10 years, you don't have to pay us back. So that means you get almost 100%. So that's the down payment, we took care of it. Some of the conventional loan, almost the same program, but there is they call it a stated income program, where we're gonna talk about a little bit more for self-employed, like me and Tommy and some of you guys self-employed, that we don't qualify under this program. Why? You have to show all your income, and we're trying to write off as a tax write-off or tax corporation. We try to write off almost a lot of stuff down, so we don't show that much income. We try to, your car is write-off, your lunch is write-off, Tommy's shirt is a write-off.
Uniforms.
Uniform is write-off. Business card, you do a presentation, you do a computer, it's everything write-off. But when you're on a W-2 pay stub, the doctor is on the pay stub, right? So that would be fully income and the document. So that's a little bit different program. So the FHA program and the 100%, it's a more detailed information. We could get into it down the road, the next speech, because it has a lot of detail, how to qualify for it, and you have to apply, and you have to see if there's money available. The state of California had money just 3-4 months ago, over $1 billion offering to people to buy with 100% financing, and I think the money's run out. So every year they put certain amount of money available for people. Hey, if you want to buy a house and you want a down payment assistant, we'll help you. But you have to qualify and you have to apply. Income. What type of income we need? Typically, paycheck, W-2, and tax returns. So if you're in a CPA, then you ask you for the last 30 days of your pay stub. They will check how much your income. W-2 is at the end of the year. You will get all the income for the year. And then the tax returns, the 2 years of taxes. Now, if 2024 is not done because the year is just started, the W-2 would be enough with a pay stub. And then why we need that? Because we need to come up with income to ratio. Some of you guys know that. Income to ratio, that means is how much you're making compared to the house expense. Now, when we're talking about house expense, is we're talking about PITI, and I already broke it down. Principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and some of you may have HOA, which is like a condo program. The back-end ratio, because the bank is going to do two figures. House expense by itself, the front end, the front ratio, they call it. Now you say, what's the front ratio and the back ratio? It's very banking language, but that's what they use. We do it all the time. We say, what's your front end, what's your back end? The front end is your income compared to your mortgage and the taxes and insurance, which is the PITI. So that means we take your mortgage, include taxes, insurance, and then we compare it to your income. And then we take the house expenses, the total, plus your credit card, your car payment, if you have a special student loan, some of you guys may have a student loan, and then they call it the back-end ratio. and we're gonna talk about a little bit more. The average is 28 to 30%. This is the front end and this is the back end. And as high as 35 to 45. Okay? Front and back. I'm gonna educate you when you get out of here, you could buy a house like this. You don't need me and Tommy. So this is the back end, the total mortgage, plus your debt, credit card, any card payment you may have. Okay, the income. Let's take an example. If you make $120,000 a year, average salary in California, then your mortgage your monthly is about what? $10,000 a month. Mortgage for about $400,000, that's a mortgage amount. The payment is $3,100. What's the front end ratio? If anybody has a calculator, 3,000 divided by 10, you come up with 31%. Give him a big hand. He knows the numbers. So let's add $900 to your credit card. 900 plus 31, what's that? 4,000. Divide by 40%. Wow, we got the accountant running around. They got the figures. So now you know what's the front end? 31. What's the back end? 40. So now you could, if you make 120,000 a year and you have these type of debt, what do you think you could qualify for? 400. That's what? The mortgage, not the house purchase. So the down payment will be extra. So let's say you win a lottery. I thought you won a lottery, right, Helen? So you have a 100,000 you want to put down. What will be your purchase price? Will be 100,000 plus 4, 500,000. Okay. So that's kind of like to give you an idea. Now, if you want to qualify for the 3% and the 5%, then you just add the 5% and the 3% above that. So it would be like 420, 425, the purchase price. I know most of around here in Arcadia and Temple City, nothing available at 400. I'm sorry.
That's pre-tax income, right?
Yeah, that's like that's a gross income.
That's gross, yeah, exactly.
Gross income. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, gross income. So if you make a gross income about 120, I think the doctor making about 150 today, right? No. Okay, so to make it as easy as possible and as simple as possible, if you make 120,000 times 33, what's that? Will be about 396 to be exact. So that means is if you make a $200,000, you and husband and wife, what do you qualify for?
633?
Yeah, 669 something.
69,
If you make a 300 times 3.3, 99. So now you're expert. So tomorrow you walk around and say, how much you make for? Oh, you could qualify for what? $1.2 million, right? Oh, how much you make? Oh, 400? 400 times 3. What is that? 120. It's very simple math. I know some of them will say, wow, that's easy. Well, it is easy if you break it down. Now, you have to understand, if you have I was talking to the guy, and he has like a Mercedes-Benz, and he has a Jaguar, and and he has like almost $7,000 in car payment. I said, no, sorry, it's meant to be 40% back end. Remember, the back end ratio is different than the front end. So if he has so much debt, sometimes it would be difficult. Okay? So that's would be the average income stated program. There is other, for stated income, that's what be required. Stated income for self-employed, typically we use for a gas station owner, liquor store owner, a gas station, anybody that own a business, they need this, 20% down, FICO score has to be 680, bank statement, P&L, profit and loss, and then business license. So if you don't have the income, then you go with the stated income. Stated income, that easy doc, they call it, no pay stub, no W-2s, nothing. You just come in and say, I'm a self-employed, I work for myself. You show these items, you could get a loan. With that, any question before? I think I'm out of touch.
No, it's actually,
By the time she's out.
We'll make appointments of like immediately.
If anybody need to call us, you could always call us.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and we'll be happy, me and Tommy, to help you out.
Great.
With that, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody get it?